big fat panda.
I'm the big fat panda. Skadoosh.
Hello and welcome to Big Fat Panda show number 58. If you have not realized it by now, this is a new format. The show usually comes out the end of the month, and it's usually a lot longer. I have heeded the call to people saying we want to see this face more often. Why, I do not know, but thank you. So I'm going to do shorter weekly shows, making them more digestible, a lot shorter. And not each one will have a guest, but you'll get more Big Fat Panda shows. And a lot of times I don't have to show a lot of the video because they're all on bigfatpanda.com. Our guest today is CJ Aid from the Zippity Doo Crew podcast. And let me thank my exclusive sponsor, Magical Vacation Planner. If you, a loved one, a family member, or a friend are planning a trip to the Walt Disney World area, or even a Disney cruise or Disneyland, contact them at the number on the screen or fill out a no-obligation request quote at pandamvp.com. So it was Easter. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but they do the Easter parade with the trail maids. They don't just do it on Easter. They also do it the day before Easter. So that's how I get to spend holiday time with the family and still get videos and things because I go the day before. So remember that. But the trail maids, that was really beautiful. And like I said, full videos in 4K, if you have one of those new 4K TVs, are all on bigfatpanda.com. I also released a video of me walking into Disneyland for the first time. If you care about my initial reactions of walking into Disneyland, which I never thought I would actually get to or fly on the plane, you can watch that on the channel too. It's pretty cool. It definitely feels wider, and it's so familiar yet so different. It's very strange. It's a little surreal. I am also doing a lot more live videos from the park. I'll actually be doing one tomorrow also from the Magic Kingdom. Here's a quick sample of what these look like. They're train wrecks. Okay, we just heard, so welcome to Panda Live on YouTube, first time. So, we just heard an announcement that is brand new, and I've been at the park when it's Christmas, and we've been here 4th of July. Yeah. They just said viewing areas for the fireworks are at capacity on Main Street. If you're not on Main Street already, please don't come. Like, I'm waiting to hear it again. It was pretty amazing. Make sure you're subscribed to bigfatpanda.com, and there's a little bell. If you hit that, you'll be notified when I go live, and it would be really cool to interact with you and say hi and stuff like that. So I was minding my own business in the Animal Kingdom when the DJ called me out, and I thought I was going to have to dance, and that really got me because I'm not like, you know, make the fat guy dance. It's not a fun thing all the time. It's very embarrassing. So I was very happy he only wanted to point out that everybody was filming with their phones and I was using a 4K camcorder.
Taking the characters right now. Okay. No, don't go anywhere, Black Shirt. No. Because this is what I want you to do. All right? I think that we need to teach the children out there right now something, okay? I want to let you know I had this conversation with my 2 little kids just the other day. That's why I want to do it. All right. I want to let everybody know that the thing that he's holding right now is called a camcorder, okay? The thing that you hold, that you call, and you make telephone calls, that's called a phone, okay? It's not a camcorder or an actual, like, camera. Those are totally different things, all right? They have them in there, but that's, like, a good one. That gives you, like, good quality, people. It's good stuff. Give that guy a big round of applause. I love that guy. That guy's awesome. All right, the next one.
Earth Day, also the 20th anniversary of Disney's Animal Kingdom, was a great day. Had I not been there as media, it probably wouldn't have been a great day because they expected rain. So the original dedication ceremony that was supposed to take place in front of the Tree of Life took place in the Lion King show building, where you can't fit that many people. It was awesome, though, and I would tell you, check that video out. It's, I got it down to 10 minutes of really good material. I like that the conservation message is still there. It was a great show to me. I also got to interview Joe Rohde. I had questions prepared, and when I got there, stuff spewed out of my mouth that did not sound like coherent English. Yes, I fanboyed a little bit, and I think his earring just, like, hypnotized me a little bit. In this park, I mean, you have a connection to it. It's not just a job.
Well, it is. It's kind of 20 years of my life. My kids have grown up over the life of this park. Every Friday I have a 1-hour meeting at least of something in this park. My identity to the world is wrapped up in this park. So for me, it is kind of a 20-year life anniversary. It's like when you turn some age or something. But you know, it's more like a grown-up child that's on its own now, and they have a job and they're doing really well. So you're like, that's great, you know, call me when you need me.
And lastly, for this quicker show, the Pandora utility suit, the the mechanized thing that walks around, I was much more impressed with it in person than I was with the pictures. Yes, you do not have to inform me how the effect is achieved. I get it. But remember, this is a park too where we hug a mouse. So let's, all of a sudden when it comes to Pandora, everybody is like, the legs are fake. You know, you have to suspend your imagination for a little bit, or no, suspend your mind, suspend something. It's cool.
About 4 or 5 cents back.
A gyroscopic stability system inside it.
I told him not to wear any green.
I listened really well. What do you think?
No.
Panda hug?
No. Ladies and gentlemen, CJ Aid from Zippity Doo Crew. Or also Zadd. You are not a dad, right? You're not a dad.
No, not a dad.
So he's not a Zadd. A good father that takes kids on Splash Mountain is a Zadd.
There you go. That sounds. I like that idea. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my first guest where we're trying to make a little bit quicker of a show, but we're not going to rush you. First of all, I'll give you the panda hug.
Panda hug.
I'm good. I'm glad you're not in the green.
That's right. I made the change out of the green.
This is good. There's no green here. I don't have to be green. That is the chair. It really is. I don't have guests. It's the chair.
He's lying.
It's him. But I don't ever want to blame the guest. I want to be nice.
Be a good host.
Okay, so tell me about the podcast. First of all, I did hear it yesterday, and I've heard it before, but I heard it yesterday, and apparently you upgraded something because the audio clarity was the best of a podcast that I've heard.
Thank you. Yeah, we have some really good mics, and my host and my producer and I record on location separately. That has a lot to do with, I think, the audio quality. I'm recording alone at home. He's recording alone at home. Does the magic of radio and stitches it all together.
Sounds like you're right there.
It sounds like we're right there, right next to each other.
Who is your producer? What is his name?
His name's Greg. Producer Greg from NRGTs. And,
I'll have a picture of him right behind us.
And that's his nice chrome dome up there.
We should put like Roz from Roz.
But yeah, Greg does a great job. He does all the production side stuff for me, and that really helps because then as the host, as you know, being the host, like you really want to focus on your responsibility of the host.
You do have guests on your podcast. I have not been a guest.
We're fixing that though, folks. Panda will be coming on very soon.
I hope. I try to do these things, but nobody wants. Give me some of the past guests that have stood out to you.
Definitely Lewis from Disney Nuts on Instagram. He's a very well-known amateur Disney photographer. Calls himself an amateur Disney photographer, but if you've seen his photos, it's like some next level stuff.
They're pretty major stuff.
They're pretty major. Doug from Doug Does Disney, another Instagrammer who's also got a great YouTube channel.
Isn't he another great photographer?
He's another great photographer, and he does great video work on his YouTube channel, We Do Disney. So those were two like recent ones that we've had. What I really love about the Zadd Crew podcast is it's about my community. It's about all of the people that make the crew what we are. So sometimes I have a friend who's an artist who wants to talk about her passion for Disney art and drawing, and she'll come on a Friday show. So that's one of the cool things about the Feature Friday is I'm really featuring people from our community.
That's great, and I like that. The same thing I try to do is I try to feature people. You don't have to be Lee Cockrell, although he's been on the show. So you try to feature just people that other people would be interesed in.
Exactly.
I know your passion. I can see it. I met you and I saw it. I was like, yeah, this guy's legit.
Thank you.
Did. You're welcome. Where can I find the podcast? How do I get to it? I go to...
Any of your podcast players. We're available on iTunes.
I'm going to look up Zadd, or I'm going to look up Zippity Doo Crew.
Zadd Crew Podcast. I kept it all short and sweet. If you search for Zadd Crew on Instagram, on YouTube, on iTunes, you'll find us. The Zippity Doo Crew is hard for people to remember, so Zadd Crew was a nice, easy way to shorten it up. But yeah, any podcast player, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, any of those.
Did you pick that name because you are a fan of Splash Mountain, the song, or any? I mean, where did?
I think, to me, Splash Mountain is the most quintessential, perfect Disney ride.
I completely agree.
If you listen to what Walt wanted in his parks, he wanted songs, he wanted animatronics, he wanted a story, he wanted an element of thrill and surprise for the family, but he wanted everything to be family friendly. that's Splash Mountain.
If the technology had it, I do wish that, and I love the hill, but I do wish for people that I know who have not ridden it that there was a way to skip the
big drop.
Yeah. Because people think that you just go up and down. There's, what is it, 12? It's about 12 minutes?
Yeah, and there's multiple drops. And I'm one of those people who thinks the dark drop is actually the worst.
Oh, like the roller coaster part?
The roller coaster dark drop actually gets me more than the big drop.
Yes.
Because it's the unknown of how long that
Where
thing
are you
is.
going to go?
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't also know that after the drop, there's another whole great scene. That ride keeps giving you layer after layer after layer until you're like, this was an epic ride. So if you haven't ridden it due to the drop, just grin and bear it.
Just grin and bear it, because the story that you're going to hear throughout the entire ride it's a great story, and it really is tied together by the songs and by the animatronics, and it's
I hear it's a nightmare for maintenance.
I believe that between the amount of water and the obviously the water and the humidity will have an effect on those animatronics. I'm sure the maintenance is really tough. And when you walk by and you see that the drop is dry, I always get that feeling in my stomach. But it's also a ride that's as beautiful, I think, on the outside as it is on the inside.
Is there a chance you're moving to Florida? Because I know you don't live in Florida now, but there's a chance you might get here.
Yeah, it's been a dream since I took this leap, started the Zadd Crew Media. It's been a dream to be here in Florida. Obviously, being here makes it a lot easier to do what we're trying to do. So yeah, I would love to make it. Definitely still on the wish list, but something that we're working toward hopefully by the end of this year.
It's also worth mentioning you are a travel agent for Magical Vacation Planner, the people that I work for. I'm not an agent, but technically I do brand awareness that you're an agent for them also.
Correct. And that's how we met each other.
So if I wanted to book a vacation with you, where would I call?
You can reach me on my phone number, 443-610-2773. Or you can also shoot me an email, cj.ayd@magicalvacationplanner.com.
Listen to the podcast first, because then you can feel like you know about it. Out of all the new things coming up, and it doesn't have to be one of the big things, what are you most excited about with Walt Disney World, specifically in Florida?
It's Galaxy's Edge.
It is. Are you a Star Wars freak?
I'm a Star Wars freak, but I'm also a freak of what Disney has been doing with their new lands. Pandora, if Galaxy's Edge is anything close to Pandora, I think people are... Universal's got some trouble. I'll put it that way. Universal will really have to step their game up, because I think when they step their game up with Harry Potter... It made Disney, Disney looked at it and said, okay, so now that's what we're going to have to do. And if Disney wants to do it, and they want to theme their lands like they theme their attractions, watch out, everybody. And of course, we're going to have Panda on the show. As I said, he doesn't believe me, but I'm promising you Big Fat Panda on the Zadd Crew podcast. So head on over to zaddcrew.com. That's where you can find our forum, find all the new happenings in the Zadd Crew media team, and also kind of keep your ear to the ground for when we're going to have Panda on a Feature Friday show, because I'm looking forward to that one for sure.
Thank you very much, sir.
Panda, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. What an honor.
And there you have it, a quicker format, show number 58. Let me know what you thought of the new format. Next week, you will get another show with or without a guest, because they have them here in the studio with me. I don't know when I will have them. I'm going to leave that up to the powers that be and when I can get the guest here personally with me. Make sure you check out my exclusive partner, Magical Vacation Planner. And go forth, create pandemonium, and above all, please keep giving out those panda hugs. Until next time, Panda out.